So, who was Joseph Smith's first polygamous wife? And when were they married? Evidence suggests that Smith entered his first polygamous marriage in 1836 to a young woman named Fanny Alger. Fanny and her family joined the church in 1830. Fanny worked in the Smith household where she became acquainted with Joseph. Reportedly, Smith proposed marriage to Fanny with the help of Levi Hancock, her uncle, and the approval of her parents. According to one source, Levi performed a ceremony repeating words Smith gave to him. Our best indications of when the marriage was occurring are from Levi Hancock and others, like Eliza R. Snow, that reference the year 1836. Eliza R. Snow leaves an account in 1886 where she talks about living in the Joseph and Emma Smith home in Kirtland in 1836, at the same time that Fanny Alger was there. She says that Joseph's relationship with Fanny Alger occurred at that time, which would place it in 1836. However, their marriage was short-lived. In 1836, Fanny and her family left Ohio and headed for Missouri. While traveling through Indiana, Fanny met Solomon Custer, a non-Latter-day Saint, and married him shortly thereafter. According to Fanny's brother, John, she remained friendly to the church her entire life, but when asked about her relationship with Joseph Smith, she said, "That is a matter all my own." Some say Joseph began plural marriage prior to the sealing keys being given on April 3, 1836, or prior to the revelation on plural marriage, due to the account of Mosiah Hancock. Mosiah Hancock's account of the marriage's timeline has a lot of holes. He's writing about events that occurred before his own birth and makes a lot of assumptions that there was already a polygamous culture in the church in Ohio of 1833, and there was not. It was very monogamous. In addition to Don Bradley's own publications on this, others have similarly analyzed his account and deemed it valuable, but not very reliable. Did Emma Smith know about Joseph's marriage to Fanny Alger? Did Emma Smith catch Joseph Smith and Fanny in a barn? It seems as though Emma came to know about Joseph's marriage to Fanny Alger shortly after the sealing and did not approve. The narrative of the barn comes from a third-party account, which was given decades later by William McClellan. McClellan's first account is an 1847 letter to Joseph Smith III regarding a conversation with Emma about rumors surrounding Joseph and Fanny's relationship. He says that Emma confirmed that she saw Joseph and Fanny together alone in a barn and that the, quote, transaction that took place. The second account comes from a conversation McClellan has with a newspaper reporter from Salt Lake in the 1870s. He says that, quote, the sealing took place in a barn and was witnessed by Mrs. Smith through a crack in the door. Ultimately, there are almost no details, and it's unclear from his accounts what exactly it was that Emma saw when she found Joseph and Fanny together in the barn. Many assume this, quote, transaction could be a combination of things, spanning from a marriage ceremony to Joseph and Fanny becoming physically intimate. In any case, the story of the barn comes to us exclusively through William McClellan, who is reporting the rumors he heard from Emma Smith, who he says confirmed them. Was Joseph Smith's relationship with Fanny Alger adulterous? Critics of Smith and his relationship with Alger insist that it was adulterous. To make this assertion, they rely on a letter written by Oliver Cowdery, a high-ranking church leader, to his brother on January 21, 1838, which characterized Smith and Alger's relationship as a dirty, nasty affair. However, it is important to note that the word affair, as defined by Webster's dictionary in 1844, simply meant a matter of business or event. The word affair did not connotate an extramarital relationship until at least the early 1900s. The original word used, scrape, was a slang term for unfortunate incident. It would appear that Oliver's nephew, many years later, altered the letter in an attempt to make his uncle's letter appear less informal. Smith himself was called to account for Cowdery's accusations in front of a church high council concerning his relationship with Alger. He stated that as Cowdery had been his bosom friend, therefore he entrusted him with many things, apparently confirming the reality of a confidential relationship with Alger. Joseph Smith then gave a history respecting the girl business, which appeared to satisfy the council. Despite Cowdery's disapproval of the relationship, Alger's family and other Latter-day Saints who were in Kirtland at that time, considered it an early plural marriage. The second indication that this relationship was not an adulterous one is that the people closest to Fanny never considered the relationship adulterous. They called it a sealing and even considered the relationship an adoption into Joseph's family, a high honor. For more on Joseph Smith and polygamy, visit MormonismExplained.org. Thanks for watching.